To get aggressive, Sky flash down mid. The second they realize that this isn't a play towards B, it'll probably just fall to the retake, but crucially, glance over towards Halls. Look who's sneaking on up. Kath has already claimed a lot of space and knows exactly what's going on at the site.
Still no one even in. A cheeky angle, no control of yellow for now. I'm not sure if we'll see. They try to make a move to get a little bit more control of that backside. For now, they just leave Stephanie all the way on that spike. Everyone rolling in from the backside. It might be a huge battle inside these caves. You might go spelunking a little bit, but no. It's just Leah on the backside waiting for the rest of her team to catch up from double doors. That flash and making sure the Owl drone sees absolutely nothing. Stephanie then has to just maybe even peek out on advantage. Tagged down by that drone, though. It does do its job, blocking the guiding light as well. So there's a little bit of an opening, but she doesn't find enough. Now the entire site just being flown over by TSM players. Dig with the perfect timing on every single swing. It's all up to Dodonut now. Makes it a 1v2, time's also ticking. This was a long rotation to make. She might find the few initial frags. It'll be Dig's big setup, their big push to win them that pistol round.
And TSM, just not enough clock to work with. No force spike in this one. Will just be the anti-eco for Dig to deal with.
Start to push in, have to check every single corner of this wall. And yeah, the one thing you don't want to do is let Dignitas get that spike down and then deal with all fragments, shot bolts, darts. As well as snake bites over and over again. Emily and Rain breaking down the site over and over again. Athena's kind of left with a classic on this side. Stephanie knows exactly what's going down. They'll find easy frags. I feel like for Dig, this is a good start overall as well. Having a few rounds after pistol as well, having the momentum rolling into Breeze is huge for them in terms of that flawless streak.
It's mid control. I think that could have become an issue if there were guns up, but there wasn't. Dignitas adapted back on a round and didn't really cause any harm.
Stephanie's seen though, knowing that Jet is here as well with support from the rest of the team, will kind of give away the entire strat for Halls, not even being quiet about it either. TSM set up for it though. Snake Bite already there, vulnerable, a lot of players, and that spike actually falls down on the front boxes of this side. Athena finding a few more as well. This bonus is not going too well for the side of Dignitas for the moment. Thea's last one left all the way back in spawn, looking like she started this round a little bit later than usual. Nice it looks like a last-ditch effort for Dig on that round. I'm not sure what the plan was there, but it did not work.
It's just such a interesting Viper wall for this setup. I'm wondering if it's trying to try and condition that, hey, this isn't going to be a Halls pop, trying to provide that threat that they were going to go deeper and push in towards spawn. But the thing is, TSM had that early information. They had the Cypher utility over towards B, so they were comfortable down from that point. Round was practically unwinnable as the Prime Gaming flawless there goes the way of TSM.
That was all Kath, and I feel like the entire strat, the reason that wall was there is to really work with that pop flash.
Not wants a fight here. Dog will go one direction, so she feels safe in walking up. I really like this play because this dog will often just come out with nothing to follow up. It's a matter of conditioning, and it works perfectly. Donut gets her shot, dashes on away.
What I really like about that too is on the other side, you see Emily just waiting for that window swing to come in as well, just in case someone's desperate, looking over to the left. She's waiting on the right, try to get that frag as well. Fortunately though, we don't see Thea take the bait for it and try to get that jet down off the upside. A lot of info there too, knowing that they're still at B. Will there be a little bit of rotation? No, not many people really caring about A main at this time at least. Kath is just jump spotting it a little bit. Now they'll kind of get their attention there off this Viper wall though. We'll see a few rotations. Yeah, immediately have Kath running the whole ways away. That snake bite will come in soon, but look at the value Donut's bringing, and that's 3 for her on this round. Can we get a 4? Almost perfect. 1 mag of that operator. It'll just be a little bit more, a little bit less than flawless from her, but a Prime Gaming flawless nonetheless for the team off her operator.
Animal, man. That she's able to find this much value off the operator, it's ridiculous. And Dignitas had no idea that that was even a possibility. Poor Sholiana dies on an angle that you have no reason to suspect. Too much respect given over to that dog, and well,
suddenly feels like their mics get muted. It suddenly feels like every strat they've had for that round is no longer working at all. They just try to end up bumbling in the sites, or utils maybe misplayed, or they don't realize an operator is still active. It's the one thing that got the pick. They seem they're a little bit maybe flustered or scared, or a core part of their strategy is not available. They can't adapt fast enough to TSM.
Yeah, and in this one, it is just going to be the eco. They employ that jet dash to get on in quickly. But look at this. In the back line, space is still held. There's no flash for Stephanie to go through that wall. She goes dry, but Plant has made its way on down. That was the goal of the round. Surviving is not an issue because the extra 300 credits is there for every single player. It's looking like another Prime Gaming flawless here is Dodonut. Oh, I wanted to do her dirty, but Emily steals that one on away. So a third now for TSM. That's 3 rounds in a row without a single player dying. Easy indeed for them. It was another one of these rounds with that same closer wall, but then no utility to press on through. You try and just have your jet push to buy time. That was the goal, right? Again, Spike Plant was the only goal there. They do get that on down. I think the setup works for that map because as it stands thus far, they've just been leaving chamber utility and not really actually containing those flanks, which means that when you're playing against a double drone comp with both Emily and Athena having that info-grabbing utility, you lose out on so much space and you're almost always walking into a stack.
Not going to be a stack at this time entirely, though. It'll be tour de force up against Dodonut on this long angle in cave. I like the fact that Emily's always here to support her teammates no matter what. The 4th round in a row where she's covering every gap, and Dodonut overflows as well. Her cup runneth over, and after the fact, we see who's left on the throne. It's TSM 4-2, another round win. Double initiator, are these issues happening? It just seems like a mismatch of who's going where. You don't get to have the effect of a double initiator.
Okay.
Sometimes, though, you don't even need it. It might just have to be Thea, the rage inside her, looking to just let it out in the form of 2 headhunter shots.
That's massive from her. And now Leah Panda in a bit of trouble here. Has the cage to play with, though.
It's at the perfect time. Right in by herself. Sholiana there, though, to make sure a little bit of geometry helps out the team in getting onto the side. Athena now waiting for maybe a little bit of an overheat from the enemy team. Stephanie having an opt to use, misses that one shot, gives Kath maybe a little bit of a timing. Thea in one of these spots, though, that's so hard to clear, so hard to account for because you expose yourself the rest of the site entirely. It'll all be up to Kath maybe finding one pick of a player looking for a little bit too much information. Stephanie will deny this Al drone completely, keeping Thea into this god spot of sorts. Actually, misses the shot, was looking for maybe someone to creep out past that toxic screen. It'll be Thea that finds one now. Cat's all left on her own. Scanned, 0 pointed down, suppressed. This is completely in an atrocious spot. Yeah, that snake might find you one, but I don't think this round's gonna be on your side, especially when you're scanned twice. It's forced to hide behind this box. It's so good for Stephanie to be able to get out and save the op as well. That's crucial. And Dig, look, they're finally back on the board. Fuel they have now with the actual set stress. And look at this, kind of patching up the mistakes from before, sending that guiding light in to understand what's going down over at elbow, over at B main. TSM doesn't even want to take a single chance. Doesn't matter though. Emily's gonna push in, block the toxic screen. There's gonna be no chance for these guys to have a little bit of a free push because Emily's still playing around all these walls. This is kind of huge. Mission Impossible laser grid style, just working around the entire team of Dig. The Viper Spit finally goes down. She has a Seeker's counter as well, and it will come out. Trailblazer can maybe follow as well. It's time to send the entire zoo over at Dig. She's into the pit now, blocking off her own teammates. Hunter's free, but she finds enough information for Athena to get Jet down. That's Stephanie going away. Thea finds a little bit of response as well. Everything's just going crazy this round. The amount of ultimates utility is so hard for any player to even see, but Thea scope, it reigns true. Dodonut responds after the fact, and now we're inside that pit with Athena not even using that util anymore. Shot darts coming in. The delay is there now. It's all about the post-plant utility. Another one not even blocked. This is going to be huge from one of the sides, but it's not going to be possible. Sholiana is here, tied up 4-4.
Up there, and then that gives Dodonut a position where she can feel safe to push on through. There's the flash for information. There's Dodonut establishing deep on this line.
To the active use of the trademark as well, going to find some valuable information, and that's rain down. You talk about sometimes the type of agent you end up picking. If it's the Viper, that's complete controller down, smoke's gone. A lot of the advantage you have at pushing these sites of attack is not going to be there for the side of Dignitas.
But look at this, TSM have used both their drones early. Dog and Owl drone are both gone in this one, so finding information in the mid round is going to be a struggle.
Still, they use that to put Dodonut up on a pedestal to find that pick, and that she does. Timing not there though. That was a free shot you have to hit. We'll have support though. The gaps will always be filled, and as there's confidence on one side, there might be a little bit overconfidence on the other from the side of Big pushing on towards B. A big flash to use as well for Kath to swing. The timing is absolutely perfect. They know a wide swing is not going to be possible from Emily now with that snake bite down on the ground. This was just a nice breakdown for TSM actually controlling the flow of the round. You mentioned the drones coming in fast. It's because they wanted to end that round super quick.
Yeah, and that they do. Another Prime Gaming flawless to come on through here. Cap the one to finish it on barrier for the attackers. You can instantly fight in mid. Takes a second for you to fight elbows. So the flash goes top mid. Shows if anyone is up on the right side, which makes Dodonut feel safe in taking that left angle. She finds an initial frag, gets away there with the utility, and then a few seconds more in towards the round, you have a dog to re-clear that space in towards elbow. Then they stack that with another drone.
And why choose mid as well? They've kind of noticed every single round, the last spur alive, where there's always someone on dig waiting in mid, looking for a shot or a chance. Maybe clutch around, maybe look at rotations, op fights, or I guess, you know, the French op versus the traditional. Is it American made? I'm not even sure because Brim makes all the weapons, right? And he's based in NA. There's lore.
We're too deep into the lore. We're too deep into the lore. But we have a Blade Storm still on live. I think that one, definitely a product of Korea, right with Jet, and Stephanie is looking to use it. Flash misses her, but she cannot find the kill. Athena fights forward for a double. She wanted more, does not get it as Rain trades on through, but it should not be enough. Sholiana is alone in this one. The Mollies lock her out. The spike is on the floor, and she has to walk straight into the line of sight of Dodonut, who should soon shut her on down. It'll be Emily instead, but same outcome as TSM takes 6.